What began as a response to the small boats crisis has now become entrenched and needs to stop. So says the chief executive of leading child rights charity ECPAT, among 100 organisations calling on the government to stop putting unaccompanied underage asylum seekers at risk in government-run hotels.
We already know that these children are at higher risk of going missing. And we already know that they're vulnerable because they are so alone and arrive, many of them traumatised. They've had terrible journeys, and not least that some of them may have been trafficked into the country, and then it's easy for traffickers to pick them back up again.
Following a surge in small boat arrivals across the English Channel in 2021, it's estimated that 600 unaccompanied children have passed through this Brighton hotel, being run by the Home Office. They're free to come and go, and official data reveals that 136 have been reported missing. More than half of those are still unaccounted for. Workers are prohibited from speaking out, but at another hotel, a whistleblower has said an estimated 10% of underage occupants disappear each week.
This is horrific, Mr. Speaker. Vulnerable children are being dumped by the Home Office. Scores of them are going missing, and I can tell the Minister there is nothing specialist about these hotels. We are not...
In response, the government admitted that to date 200 minors are still missing, 13 of them under 16. And local activists accuse the government of an ongoing failure to protect asylum seekers, especially children.
Often they get taken into like running drug lines, like household like servitude, car wash, like working on building sites. And I think a lot of the time they're offered like a home, education, a job, and they're in a place where they feel hopeless and unsupported. I mean, it's very telling that children are leaving to go away with traffickers instead of saving in a hotel that's supposed to be a safe space for them once they've arrived.
Sussex Police, the force responsible for this area, says that the vast majority of these young people have no known connection to anyone in the country, very little money, and sometimes no mobile phone, meaning that very few lines of inquiry are available in trying to locate them.
This, the first of several planned protests against the housing of unaccompanied minors in government-run hotels. The Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, has called for an end to the practice. He blames pressure on the migration system, something the government, he says, is determined to resolve. Jonah, Al Jazeera, Brighton.